Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're jumping back into King Arthur Legends Rise and we're going to take a look at the top rares, the top 5 rares in the game, similar to what I did recently with the top 5 legendaries in the game. There's a lot to discuss here, so let's get into it. All right, and welcome back. You know what, I always say that there's a lot to discuss, and there really is, especially when we take into account this game. There's a lot that goes into progression, not just the characters, but into the gear and the relics. There's also the team compositions and which teams work best for which bosses and which campaign, and there's just a lot that goes into this. So when we put together these lists, and just to kind of get this out of the way right off the bat, none of these lists coming out, tier lists, my lists, whatever, are not going to be 100% accurate until we get everything maxed out. And even when we get everything maxed out, there's still a lot of nuances when it comes to what type of gear you're putting on that character. So at the bare minimum, we need max stars, we need max awakening, we need relics on all of our characters of all elements, and they have to all be maxed out. There's just a lot that goes into it. These rares here, similar to what I was talking about with the legendaries, these are the top 5 rares in the game that I feel just outshine everybody else. Not that everybody is bad. Everybody's kind of, there's situational characters, everybody's kind of got their place, but these characters tend to shine more than the others, in my opinion, right? These my experiences, my conversations with other people. So that's how these lists come together. So if we just go in here and we take a look at the rares that we currently have, we've got 15 right here. I wanted to pull out 5 of the ones that work the best, right? So for me, we're going to just start at the bottom here with Rossier. Rossier is a great daughter. I mean, just take a look at this over here, right? So inflicts dot, she's got drain, she's got co-op attack, but really what I'm using her for is Gorgos. And when I look at these lists, it's not just are they overpowered, but how many different game modes and how often can I use them? Can I use her all the way to Gorgos 10? Absolutely I can. And I did it in beta, and I think we'll be able to do it again. So right here for her specifically, I'm using just her S1 in Gorgos to get that bleed going on. She's got some other attacks here that offer some bleed. They're higher vigor, so you're not really going to use those too much. With this right here at the start of battle, gain damage taken, attack up, and damage taken, drain up for the rest of battle, and a chance to trigger drain for the rest of battle as well as 100% plus 100%. She's got a pretty good kit for that battle specifically. So if you get her, she's good. She's going to do well in Gorgos. If we take a look at some healers here, we have Sarah. If we take a look at Sarah here, so Sarah I used her to take down Chrom. I used her throughout the entire campaign so far. I'm in hard, and she's working well for me in hard mode as well. I'm using her in Gorgos as well as in Boar in Penvid, but also she's got the I don't know how to pronounce that. This is the Equipment Dungeon Dragon, right? She's got that Slayer function there. So there's another dungeon. She's working well in 3 dungeons for me. And really what I mainly use is this here. Here's her S2. She removes a debuff from the ally. From your ally, she also has a pretty decent heal as well. When you look at her passive, she removes some debuffs. And then for here, she's got buff disruption as well as attack gauge disruption. When you're using skill 1, don't really use skill 1 a whole lot though. It's mainly the S2 that we're going in. Every now and then I'll throw in an S3 so we can get this defense increase for 2 turns on all of our allies, which is really good. And this is using her wind weapon. You'll use her all over the place. Another healer you're going to use is Isolde. Isolde is great as well. If we take a look at what we have here for her, let's see, it's actually this one here that I have. It's mainly her S2. She heals all of her allies. Her healing is at a less percentage than with Sarah. So Sarah has those bigger heals, but she also has a recover over time as well. I think one of the big things with her also is she removes dots. So she's great with Gorgos as well because she'll remove those dots there. She's also got the dot taken decrease on all allies for 2 turns as well if you use the skill 2. And that's the main skill that you're going to be using. She's got some other skills here. She's got this chill effect over here as well as with the S3, but for the most part, like I said, you're going to be using her S2. So those 3 right there, Rossier, Sarah, and he's sold. Another one is Anguish. I don't have him yet. I had him in beta, and he was fantastic. If we take a look at just all these tags he's got, Gorgos Slayer. I use him in Gorgos right now. I have, in place of him, I have Merlin in there right now. But as soon as I get Anguish in there, I'll have my old team back. So he inflicts dots. He's got co-op additional effect upon dot. So he's got a lot of good bonus. If we take a look at this, S3 is the main attack that I use in Gorgos with him. 75% chance for the last 3 hits to inflict chill. As a reminder, these are all max stats here as we take a look at these in the codex. He's got some other ones here as well. If target has a dot, then steal all of their buffs. This does some damage based on attack. Max HP. You've also got here on the S1 to do some chill as well. So if for some reason you don't have enough vigor for the S3, you can do the S1 at 50% versus 70%. Taking a look at his passives up here, when attacking, he's going to get that effect accuracy increase, which is great. That's going to help him land those dots. He also has the attack increase as well for 2 turns. He's great. I've used him even in outside of here, because obviously I don't have him, but back in beta, I used him through most of the campaign. Again, he helps with Gorgos. He also has helped with Penvid as well, because his S3 here hits multiple times, 5 times, to get Penvid's barrier down. So that's 4. Now for the 5th one for me, I'm going with Kay. Kay is great. You get her really early on. I used her to take down Chrom. She's got the multi-hit really on here. I mainly use the S1 because it's she hits 5 times. But the one that I strategically use is her S2, and I use this with Chrom. If I'm manually playing through Penvid, I'll use this as well. But this one here attacks 4 times. Last hit grants critical strike rate increase up for 2 turns and critical strike damage increase up for 2 turns. And you can stack that because every single turn you're going to go ahead and get those buffs that last for 2 turns. So you can keep that up indefinitely as long as you have enough vigor. And with the equipment that people are crafting, a lot of people are crafting a lot of vigor gear. Like for Sarah, I've got vigor on her so that she generates 2 vigor every single turn. So it gives me quite a bit of vigor to be able to play around with. And you can do that here with her as well. When we take a look at her passes when attacking, 100% chance to grant attack increase up to all stags. I don't really have anybody else, any other stags in the party, but she does have that. And then charges all stags' favorite ally, the attack gauge by 20%. That's that turn meter. And this one here at the start of battle, evasion rate increase up, critical strike damage increase up as well. So it really positions her to do quite a bit of damage. Those are my thoughts on the top 5 rares in the game. Very curious, what are your thoughts? Who do you think are the top 5? Who are your favorite rares? Who's doing really, really well for you? Arthur does pretty well once you get him up to like Chivalry 8. He really starts to shine a little bit later in his development. And again, when we take a look at these characters, we're going to be taking a look at them consistently month over month as we continue to build them up, because you can be sure things are going to change. The top 5 are going to change. Tier lists are going to change. All right, that's what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.